2026 is going to be a very different year than 2025. And I hope that brings about some relief and allows you to just exhale a bit, because what we're moving into in 2026 is going to be more fully aligned and more settled than 2025 was. Now, I was getting this really ridiculous image about the 2025 energies, so of course I have to share it with you. It's making me laugh. I was getting the visual of a washing machine. And it's the kind of washing machine that it spins and moves in one way and then moves in the reverse direction, right? It goes back and forth to scrub and clean and do its job. And so I was feeling like, well, that beautifully describes all of the planets this year who are moving between two different signs. And that's a big deal, because when an outer planet especially moves between signs, it's a very different energy. So it moves between masculine and feminine energies. It moves between different elements. It's moving between different modalities. So it's changing a lot of energy. And we had this unfold with multiple planets in 2025. Jupiter changed signs, Saturn changed signs, Uranus and Neptune were all going back and forth in the washing machine between different energy fields. So we had all that going on, right? And so that was one of the visuals I was getting, was this washing machine image. And then I was seeing it flying like a plane that was navigating turbulence, in addition to this going back and forth motion. And so there's been a lot of turbulence as we leave behind the old of who we've been, where we've been, what we thought we wanted in our lives, as we've allowed ourselves to be scrubbed clean while moving with this very impactful, turbulent energy that hasn't allowed us to rest. Our nervous systems have been turned up to 11. Our energy fields have been powerfully activated by the sun's own transformation and evolution, which is going to continue, since the sun is in a very powerful solar maximum cycle. So we're getting all of these CMEs, new light codes, new powerful neutrinos, all coming from the sun, blasting into our electromagnetic fields. We're feeling it emotionally. It can be harder to sleep and feel grounded. It can be harder to calm the mind. All of our energies have been impacted by the big changes of 2025, which ultimately has been a year of initiation. Cosmic hazing. Initiation energies where we're wondering, well, what am I being initiated into? But it's become clearer and more evident that we're moving into these higher, very dynamic cosmic frequencies. We're moving into new earth values and into more of our power of what we want to create and experience on the planet. We're moving into this whole new beginning point of being human on a very beautiful planet, and then working with not only galactic energies and higher consciousness, but of course now we have all these new energies available to us through technologies, AI, ongoing experiments that are going to be changing how we live. We can't fully see it yet because it hasn't even formed. It's also important to remember, it's not like there's one definite outcome. There's not one definite direction or conclusion for anything. And so we are embodying more of our own trust in the process, knowing that we are creating the direction we're going. We are impacting it. And we're doing so from a place of higher consciousness than ever before on the planet. I mean, that's wildly exciting. And so 2026 is taking us into this new territory. The energies are going to speed up. It's going to feel more dynamic. That's going to be the new normal. Believe it or not, the past maybe 15 years have been slow compared to where we're going next. And that's because Pluto was previously in Capricorn, Neptune has been in Pisces, and those are slower moving energies in the earth and water signs. We're moving into the dynamic, accelerated growth of fire and air signs all working together, turning things up to Mach 5 or beyond, and we're going to be moving full speed ahead into new territory. So it's a very interesting transition from 2025 into 2026, if we look at it through the Gregorian calendar, right? Because you could look at it through various different lenses. But this is understanding that what we're moving into in 2026 is where the energies of the outer planets are all going to align and settle. They're going to settle into a formation called a minor grand trine. Pluto in Aquarius, Neptune in Aries, Uranus in Gemini. These three are going to create a minor grand trine, and at the apex is Neptune in Aries. It's the cosmic arrow pointing you forward into these Aries energies of who you're becoming, renewal, new starts, fresh sense of self, brand new life chapters, brand new soul assignments. 2025 has been preparing us for these new starts and showing us what you can't take with you, what isn't going to fit, and probably what you don't even want anymore. So I think in 2026, we're going to understand more of why 2025 has been so intense, that ongoing washing machine, flying through the cosmos, experience turbulence. We're going to be smoothing out, but it's going to be at a higher frequency, an accelerated pace, and in a very different version of the world. You could feel too that part of what 2025 revealed to you is your old self that's dissolving, what you are ready to move away from in your life, the chapters that are completing that no longer speak to you. You could have a been there, done that feeling around areas of your life, and just be ready for the new that is uncertain, that isn't fully clear yet, but you could feel it probably at a deeper level of your energy that there's excitement here. There's excitement. There's something that you're being readied for, prepared for. So I offer that, of course, with the intention of elevating us to remember that we get to create our experiences. We get to choose what we want. We get to be in command of our next level experiences, manifestations, and to know that that's one of the gifts of living through this very dynamic cycle. So yes, there's going to be things on the planet moving very fast. Keep in mind that because of that, you're going to have to make choices faster, take action sooner. And depending on your own natal chart will depend on how you're able to do so. There's going to be a new tempo, a new pace, a new rhythm. And that could be very exciting. It could sync up with how you naturally live, or it could feel like it's really stressful, that you're not getting as much time as you'd like. But when you're trusting yourself and you're trusting your intuition, those answers come through really quickly. And maybe this year has been the playground for you to test that. Am I trusting this answer? Am I trusting this direction? Am I taking action? It will be vital to take action in 2026. It'll be important to get in there make some moves, make some choices, get things going. That's how the energy is more dynamic as well. So just know that that is where we're going in 2026 and beyond. This is where I'm feeling like new parts of ourselves are also coming alive and being activated. For some of you, you could feel like you've been waiting your whole life for some of these changes to show up. So I hope this assists you in maybe understanding some of the big changes that have been playing out, knowing that 2025 has ultimately been a year of initiation through the flying washing machine, and that it will make sense in 2026. Now, what we have unfolding for the rest of this decade is exciting with these 3 outer planets creating that minor grand trine. And you're going to want to know where this is for you, okay? Because these 3 outer planets in a super rare alignment that supports manifesting abundance, blessings, developments, creativity. Like, this is beautiful astrology here. And I'm so glad I can talk about that considering the intense astrology we've been in. So if you want to know more about how this energy is showing up for you, check out my program called Manifesting with the Minor Grand Trine, because it's going to show you what is coming up for you 2026 into 2029. I think for many people, especially those of you who have been the pioneers, the way showers, the light workers, the leaders, you're going to be moving into all new experiences of leadership and pioneering new frequencies on this planet. And for some of you, this has been your life's purpose, and now it's happening. Now it's showing up. And now you're going to be experiencing what it means to be in all of your gifts, to be fully embodied in the higher consciousness, and showing people the way forward as we move into some very big chapters here on the planet. So as always, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your connection. I so appreciate your comments. In fact, I would love if you would share anything in the comments here about what you've been moving through in 2025 that you feel is preparing you for 2026, because that could be exactly the message and validation that other people need too. So thank you. Thank you for being here. I'll be back soon with another podcast and video, and wishing you great things as we move ahead into the new year.